Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to see how we can add the custom password policy by use of the AWS IAM. In the last video we had gone through the AWS IAM service, what the service does, what is the use case of that service, how we can leverage that IAM service. In this video we are going to see how we can add the custom password policy. The first one we are going to see is that how we can change the password policy settings. The second one is, let's say the user who we have created who has forgot the password. Now how we can change the password or reset the password. Then let's say if you want to update the custom policy, how we can do it. Then we can set the new policy. Let's say I don't want to use the AWS IAM default policy. What I can do, I can create a new policy without using the custom one. So now let's get back to the console. So if you want to change the password policy, you will have to search IAM over here. Once you search the IAM, once you click on that, you will have to go to the account settings. There you will see the password policy. Now what does the password policy means is nothing but we can configure the password requirements for the particular user. Now I'll just guide you. Before that account setting password policy, I will guide you how we can change the password of the user. Now let's say I have my one user and I have provided the password to him, and let me just quickly add that user. Now let's say this user had forgotten the password. Now how I can do it? Just click on that user, security credential, manage console access, reset password. Now here if you want to go with the auto generated password, you can go with the auto generated, otherwise custom password, and just reset the password so that user will be able to log into the AWS console with the new password. So this is the first how we can change the password of the user. Let's talk about the password policy. In this password policy, we can set the password minimum length, password strength, everything within for each of the users while changing their password. Now let's say there are two things. One is the IAM default and one is the custom policy. The IAM default is applied by default whenever you are using the AWS console, and it has a password minimum length at 8 characters, and also have the password strength include a minimum of 3 of the following mix of character types and multiple things. Now let's say I want to customize my password requirements. I don't want to use the 8 characters, I want to use the 15 characters. Now, and also I can change the strength of the password, require at least one number, require at least one letter from lowercase letter from the Latin alphabet, and all of these things. There are multiple things that we can do with this password policy. Is that we can turn on the password expiration. So what does this mean, turn on password expiration? Is nothing but, let's say user has entered the password and you have set it the password expiration time is 15 days. Now after 15 days the user has to change their password because their password will get expired. So this is very useful when we are having the infosec audits and all these things. We can turn on the password expiration for 150 days, 365 days, whatever it is. Now there are again other requirements that we can go and do is the prevent password reuse. Now I don't want user to reuse their previous passwords. Now I can go here and user cannot reuse the last 3 passwords. So he can add this remember 3 password and all these things. There is again one more thing, password expiration requires administrator reset. Now let's say the user's password got expired, he want to reset their password. So without if you just check this password expiration requires administrator reset, he will have to reach out to the administrator and he will have to reset their password. So you can set it there. Allow users to change their own password, like after the turn on expiration, people or the users who wants to change their password, they can change their own password. So this is all about the password policy and the custom password policy, plus how we can change the user's password and how you can update the custom policy. So we have went from this password policy settings, how to change the password of user, update the custom policy, creation of new policy. Yeah, thank you guys.